Why did you choose to say yes to being part of leadership with IVCF?
Well, my first year here, I wasn't involved with Inter-Varsity at all. I was honestly a little scared of the idea of this random Christian group, and I figured I could, as a Christian, just be solid by myself here, and I realized that that didn't work all that well. Once I had met some of the people from Inter-Varsity and was then approached with the invitation to join, knowing the godly people that were part of it, I said yes, wanting to just have that fellowship, have that accountability.
I didn't say yes at first. It took a lot of coaxing. I hadn't been involved in IVCF before, so I thought I might not be suitable for the position, but I was really encouraged to join. I really liked that we'd be working as a team, and that's what made me say, yeah, I'll do it.
I think I was afraid to do it. I think it was something that I thought would be really hard and I didn't think I would be good at. But I guess it was something that I thought that God was calling me to do, or that it would be okay to say yes, and that for me to be able to grow in my relationship with God or grow in my character, that I would have to do things that weren't necessarily easy or weren't comfortable for me. So saying yes, I think, was part of that, of saying okay, well, this isn't really comfortable, but for me to grow and learn, I have to do things that aren't always easy.
I accepted my position in leadership because I want to be part of this group of individuals that is caring towards each other. There's a lot of strengthening of friendship, keeping each other accountable in the Word, and it's a good way to bounce ideas off each other if you need help in a certain area of your life, or you need to learn to branch out your ministry to your fellow peers.
Inter-Varsity was such a huge part of my first year. It made such a big impact on me and the positive experience that I was able to have, that when I was approached to join leadership, I just felt like it was a great opportunity to kind of, I think, share that with other people, that same sort of feeling of community that I'd received in first year, and to be part of an amazing team. Why do you think Inter-Varsity is an important group to have on campus?
Because it's one thing to have just a Christian presence on campus, but I think it's important to have an actual group that is very visible to other students, especially to non-Christians and stuff, and for people who are kind of just looking to learn a bit more about God, or they don't really, they kind of feel uncomfortable just going to church and stuff like that. It's they've never been to church, they can just show up to some sort of dinner or meet Christians and just learn about God in a kind of less intimidating way, I guess. And then who knows what that can lead to.
I think the presence of Inter-Varsity on campus is there to support emotionally, but spiritually, and to just really help people have a healthy balance in their life, in addition to just everything else they have going on individually. Inter-Varsity really encourages people to kind of step outside of themselves and just remember that there is a big picture and it's important to be with people.
For me, it was really important because it's just so different having friends and having close friends that share your faith and that you can just meet with and just pray with between classes, and someone that's really going to understand the spiritual struggles that you have. And so I find that IVCF is just a family that embraces people, and I thought that my role on leadership would really be to play a big role in that, and meeting with people one-on-one and with making intentional relationships with people, and to just share my life with them, and hopefully we can just spread God's love that way, even to non-Christians.
Well, especially in my case, I think it's important for the fellowship that it provides for other Christians, A lot of people leaving home, leaving churches, and just feeling sort of lost, and that can easily go badly. Also, though, as a outreach to the rest of the university, I think it's important to have a group as a light to show the love of God.
Well, there's lots of places that people can go and be themselves. Like, they're very, like, lots of clubs are very specific to the people that they're inviting. Although we do have a lot of Christian people that go to events like InterVarsity events, it's still an outreach to those who don't have a Christian faith, Christian background. One of the biggest things that I've learned from especially Sue is building community. It's a place to build community and to have fun while doing it. And we got to teach people about God, and we got to learn ourselves more about God. What is one significant experience that you can think of that you've had while being part of leadership or part of InterVarsity?
I wouldn't say that one experience in particular stands out above the rest. I love every meeting, coming together and finding out, a new facet of someone's life, a new way in which we can all encourage one another, and pray for each other, and it's really cool. Every time someone different leads the meeting, they bring their own ideas in. It's really encouraging. I'd say every moment as a whole is defining.
I would definitely have to say at the beginning of the year when we were deciding to go to Urbana and just making that commitment, it was a pretty substantial thing to ask of these students when most of us couldn't see how we were going to pay for our next 2 semesters tuition. And I think it was really significant to see the team band together and just really say, if one of us can't go, none of us can go, but it makes no sense for some of us to go without the whole team.
Definitely preparing for this outreach, which is happening tomorrow, just like seeking God in that and having him just line everything up and getting a chance to meet the recovery center where all of these things are going to be going to, fundraising the money and getting to go and pay for all of these things, and then tomorrow to see it all unfold has been super exciting, and I hope it's just like the first of many legacies that we can leave here.
Oh, in my first year, I went through really, really, really hard times, and I just remember sharing my testimony with the leadership group, making 2 other people cry, crying myself, and but so just be able to share my life and being accepted and people having compassion for me, that was really significant. They've helped me a lot.
It's not so much just one particular significant experience, but I don't know, I've learned a lot about myself and just other people and how God can use us. I've just been amazed by the love that people have, and just the patience, and just how God uses every one of us in different ways, to our strengths, and also though through our weaknesses, God uses us.
Just kind of to wrap up, is there anything maybe that I didn't ask that you would want to mention, that you'd want people to know about InterVarsity?
InterVarsity, I've heard a couple people say, well, it's just a club where Christians get together and feel good about themselves. And truth be told, when I first was in university, I had that same opinion. That's kind of why I shied away from it at first. But we are engaged in activities downtown, so we get involved anywhere we have the opportunity to, I would say. I mean, you have to to balance everyone's school schedules and work schedules with these activities. But in the end, I think it's good for everyone involved.
I went for 2 years without knowing about this group, and now in my last year, I feel like I've just lived it up for the former two, and I'm so glad I did. It's been hard, but I'm so glad.
I think the people that I've been able to meet through Inter-Varsity and being a part of the leadership team has really challenged me in a lot of ways and made me grow in a lot of different things, and being afraid to do things or shy to do things. It's challenged me to kind of trust that God will speak through me or will give me strength to do things that are frightening. And so being encouraged by the people that are a part of Inter-Varsity, and by Sue and Troy, and the encouragement, and just everyone else on the leadership team too.
I really believe that Inter-Varsity can have a really positive impact on campus. And I really believe that it can be a really great way for university students to have a positive environment and to know that there are people who love them, not because of the accomplishments they have or because of the things they do, but just because they're worth being loved.
I think Troy was saying once that really our leadership team, we're just a bunch of misfits, and it's awesome because God just uses misfits, and frankly, we're just a bunch of messed up people who love God and are trying to go through life in community and to share the love of God that we know, and it's good.